Just got to Walmart. About to grab what I need to grab real quick and be out of here. First thing we gotta grab is ground bizzle, ground beef. This angle kind of ass. Yo, my legs are so sore. I don't even know. Where can I put y'all? I'll put y'all right here. Yeah. W angle. You only got about 1 pound. What in the world? 2 pounds. Alright, so we got 5 pounds of the lean ground beef, 96.4. Next up, gotta grab some cinnamon. Where is this shit at? Chili powders, ground cinnamon. There we go. Some of these. We're gonna get pink Himalayan salt. Feel me? Ooh, sugar-free syrup. I should get this. I be seeing mad people use sugar-free syrup in their like recipes and shit. 15 calories per serving. Yeah, I'm gonna just grab this. Some oatmeal too. I feel like I should just get the cheap oatmeal. Let's see here. Last time these were moldy. I want moldy sweet potatoes now. We could just grab these ones. These ones look alright. Grab these ones. I'm gonna grab these ones. Sweet potatoes. And some strawberries. These don't be moldy too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I be tripping when it comes to this shit. Alright. I'm done. Alright, let me out. Alright. Sales successful. Grocery shopping. Got the rest of the ingredients at the crib. Mainly just needed the ground beef. But we got a couple other things too. You know, I wanted to try some new stuff with the sugar-free syrup and the oatmeal, so. Alright, I'm gonna load these groceries in. And I'm gonna see y'all when we get to the crib. Alright, y'all, just got back to the crib. Just made my post-workout meal. We got cream of rice, 80 grams of blueberries with some whey drip and cinnamon. Sprinkle on top. Alright, y'all, today I'm gonna be showing you what I do to meal prep. So basically what you're gonna need: 5 pounds ground beef, 96 lean, 4% fat, sweet potatoes, meal prep containers, and seasonings of your choice. Got onion powder, paprika, chili powder, basil, rosemary, garlic powder. But yeah, those are the things you're gonna need. And I'm gonna show you step by step what I do. All right, first things first, I'm gonna wash our potatoes before you even wash your potatoes, go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So I'm about to do that right now. 400. Okay, now that that's preheating, go wash the potatoes real good. Gotta make this shit quick. I'm not even gonna lie. Alright, see, took no time at all. The next step, I'm gonna be cutting the potatoes, but make sure you spray down your pans first. Alright, now how I cut them, just cut the ends off. 1, 2, move it to the side, cut it down the middle, boom. Then slice them on the top. Take this part and just dice them, feel me? So cut them into fries, and then now we're gonna do, just dice that joint. Boom. Easy diced sweet potatoes. I'm gonna do that for every single one real quick. Same thing with this one. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. But yeah, you get to just do that for all your sweet potatoes. Alright, I just cut that whole entire bag of sweet potatoes. Now, when you're done cutting all your sweet potatoes, you're just gonna season it up, whatever seasonings you want. You know, I'm doing salt, garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, and some rosemary. Keeping it fairly simple. You know, we meal prepping, we're making a lot of food. Like, just get this out the way, make it quick. So I spend like no time doing this at all. Probably like 2 passes. Call it a day. Keep going. Garlic powder. This is the money right here. I like to be generous with this. And by the time you're done cutting all your potatoes, the oven should be already preheated. Pretty generous with the onion powder too. Not gonna lie. You know, you can put this in a bowl and like really mix it around to make sure all your potatoes get an even seasoning, but I really don't care. I don't have the time to be doing all that. Sprinkle some rosemary on top of that joint. Boom, done. Go ahead, throw this in the oven for an hour. Forget about it. Forget it even exists. Alright, so boom, you got your potatoes in the oven at 400 degrees for an hour. Let me start that timer real quick. Almost forgot about that. Okay, now you're gonna get your 5 pounds of 96.4 lean ground beef. Throw it in the oven, put a little bit of cooking oil in here. And pretty much I use the same exact seasonings, except instead of the rosemary, I use basil. But other than that, all the same. And we're just gonna open up all these and throw them in there. Now you got all your meat in the pan. Turn the heat up. Start breaking that up. Try to get it even. Once I got it like this, start adding my seasonings. Start off with the base layer, salt. You know, this is a lot of meat. You're gonna need a lot of seasoning for this, so don't be shy. Next, garlic powder. We're not shy with it, y'all. We're not shy with it. Paprika. Boom. Onion powder. Boom. Chili powder. And some basil. Okay. And just start stirring this around, yeah. Like I said, just season it to your liking. And, you know, cook all this meat until it's fully cooked. I don't really measure anything out. Seasonings wise, I kind of just, you know, be generous, not too generous, but, you know. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep stirring this around until it's fully cooked. All right, y'all. So when your ground beef is all cooked, it should look something like this. All right. So when you're done cooking your ground beef, your potatoes is still gonna be cooking. I still got another 38 minutes on there. So get all your meal prep containers and, you know, get this out the way and just start weighing all your meal prep containers. I meal prep for 5 days. So I take 6 ounces of ground beef in every single container. And 6 ounces. And basically I'm gonna do that for all 10 containers. All right, now your sweet potatoes should be done. And all your ground beef should be weighed out. So now, only thing left to do is to weigh out your potatoes. And that's really it, to be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 150 grams of sweet potatoes in all of these containers. All right, y'all, at this point, this is what y'all should be looking like. 10 containers, 2 a day. I eat 2 a day. About 6 ounces of 96 4-ground beef, 150 grams of sweet potatoes. And when I do go to eat this meal, I will have it with 125 grams of cottage cheese, which is about 14 grams of protein, maybe like 100 calories, something like that. It's just like sour cream. Put it right on top of there and mix it up. But yeah, at this point, you just start putting the lids on your containers, pop them in the fridge, and that's it. But yeah, and that is what I do every 5 days. I have 2 of these every day, 125 grams of cottage cheese. And yeah, just rinse and repeat every 5 days. This is what I do. Appreciate y'all tuning in.